Well, next, a rise in recycling rates in Leeds, which according to the council is thanks in part to specially installed bins. The Leeds by Example scheme has seen the use of recycling bins nearly double in a city centre trial over the last 6 months, and it's now being expanded. The charity behind it says paper cups have been its key target.
Coffee cups are a major source of packaging that gets disposed of on the go, so on the high street when people are out and about outside of the home. And we recycled 600,000 coffee cups in less than 6 months just from Leeds city centre. So a huge number, and it shows there's a real appetite among the public to recycle coffee cups. They can be recycled, but they have to be recycled separately.
But where do they go once they've been binned? Well, Sally Simpson has been to a recycling plant in Leeds, which is dealing with the influx of plastic tins and paper cups since the scheme was first launched.
Well, if you're out and about in Leeds and you finish your tea or coffee and chuck the cup into hopefully one of the orange recycling bins in the city centre, this is where it ends up here at Forge Recycling. With me now is Sam Goodall, who's Operations Director here. Sam, explain to me what we've got here.
Here we've got, from the yellow bins, plastic bottles and tin cans. And here's one of the bags you can see. There is plastic bottles in here, there is obviously contamination, and some of that is still coffee cups.
Now, the material here goes off-site to be processed once you've collected it. Tell me what happens to the paper cups.
Well, the paper cups that we recycle, we reprocess them here. We actually collect them, tip them, and then put them into the skips. And when we've got enough volume, which is normally anything over 500 kilograms, then we can start the reprocessing.
Tell me how people are getting on board with this initiative then. Tell me what we've got here and the kind of materials you're finding.
So the majority of the paper cups, the on-street bins, the contamination is not too bad. As you can see in here, there's a few lids, but the bulk of it is actually cups. So the material is kind of what we want.
The figures for recycling that you've seen in the last 6 months are very encouraging, but there is still a lot more work to be done, isn't there?
Absolutely. We use about 7 million cups a day here in the UK, and as I mentioned, the figures we've got there is just the tip of the iceberg.
OK, Sam, well, thank you very much. Also with us here at Forge is Councillor Mohammed Rafiq, who was partly responsible for introducing this initiative, Leeds by Example. Councillor Rafiq, you must be very encouraged by the figures that you've seen in the last 6 months.
Absolutely. Talking to people across the city and obviously looking at the figures, 600,000 cups so far in 6 months. I think so far the campaign has been a success, and as a result of it, want to increase it for the next 6 months. We are doubling the number of collection points for coffee cups, but also for plastic and aluminium cans as well. The way we think about recycling generally, I think it's a big issue. Public are beginning to take notice of it. I think we've got to, grasp the opportunity and make the most of it.
Councillor Rafiq, thank you very much. Well, as Councillor says there, it has been a scheme that's really captured the imagination, so much so that it's now been rolled out in Swansea and Edinburgh as a result of the example that's been set here in Leeds.
Sally Simpson, thank you. Now stay